Welcome to Limited Appeal. Today we're doing another Avatar The Last Airbender quick draft. It's probably going to be our last quick draft. I'm not really a fan of quick drafts, but it's nice to have a little bit of diversity when you're drafting the same set over and over again. If you wind up sitting around for an hour to watch these videos, please smash the like button, leave some comments, subscribe. We're pretty new. We're working towards getting as many subscribers as we can. And if you like the drafts, you might as well press the button, you know? Anyways, here we go into our quick draft for the day. Wartime Protesters. I love this card. There's not much else to say about the rest of the pack. Like, Fire Sages is really good. Boomy's really good. Nothing else here I would ever consider first picking. But Wartime Protesters is just much better than both of them. So it's just, if this hits and it doesn't die and you have allies in your deck, you're just going to start popping off super quickly in almost every situation. This pack, however, is really underwhelming. The quick draft bots love to rare draft as much as they can, so you're almost never going to see rares after pack 2. Or sorry, after pick 2. Tiger Dillo is actually a good card. I think this card is great in a lot of red-green decks, especially. It will attack way more often than you'd ever think it would. I think it's also pretty highly rated as a card in this format as well in terms of win percentage when it actually hits the board or when it's actually in your hand. Benevolent River Spirit is a pretty solid card. We could take a Boomy, and Boomy is obviously an ally, and I just finished saying how I would potentially first pick a Boomy. Green-red is decent. Yeah, I think Boomy is a pretty good choice here. Team Avatar or Fire Sages. My hesitation with Fire Sages is just that it's not an ally, and it doesn't have any synergy at all with our first two picks. But I don't care that much about synergy with our first two picks. Like, Team Avatar, if we get some red-white allies, it could be way better than the red-green deck anyway. So we don't really know where we're going. But Team Avatar is just so good that I don't really see taking Fire Sages or the Boulder over it. We have quite a few good white cards here as well. Like, if Glider Kid's Wheel is fantastic, if Zhong's Deserter's Wheel is fantastic. There's no world where Benevolent River Spirit wheels, but if it does, then we consider going into blue. Airbender's Reversal is nutty. Firebending Lesson is obviously really good. I like Airbender's Reversal a little bit more than Firebending Lesson, just in my experience with this format. Being able to hit anything that's attacking you is often better than just being able to explode something for 5 damage. It isn't always, but being able to airbend as well gives you that extra utility that you don't have with Firebending Lesson. Yeah, we'll take that. And I'll be honest, with the way the bots are working with Avatar right now, it's entirely possible that this would wheel. And it might be the better choice to just aggressively take Firebending Lesson. Compassionate Healer is really good. Zhong's Deserters is also good. There's nothing here that I like in red. Teo is obviously really good in blue. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Blue and white are super underdrafted by the bots. So we could just take the blue and the white and probably wind up forcing a really good deck. I'm not going to do that, though. Not yet. Airbending Lesson, we'll take that too. Because I really want to make this Protester work. Because I love this card so much. It's maybe not the best choice, but it's such a good card. We're seeing no red, though. Still seeing no red, though. But First Time Flyer is solid in blue-white. This is the second Trebuchet that we've seen, and Trebuchets can be busted too. But we'll just go with the First Time Flyer, because I feel like we're going to see some blue wheel. And if we don't, then we regret our decisions. It is what it is. Razor Rings is good. There's still no good red. There's no good green, really. Origin of Metal Bending is fine. We play it sometimes. It's a good trick. It'll quench you. It fits in the blue-white. Wandering Musicians we could take as well, though. Actually, we probably will. This wheels all the time. this still leaves us the opportunity to go in red. Yep. I think it's just yep. None of these cards impress me too much. Zhong's Deserters did wheel, I think. There was also a Benevolent Water Spirit in this deck, in this pack, and I don't remember what the other card was. Judy, pick 12. Wow. Octopus form will be playable if we're blue. And Aang's Journey, I don't care a whole lot about. Okay. So. Aang at the Crossroads is really strong. And blue, green, white is not hard to do. It's like way better than Boiling Rock Rider, even if we have a bunch of allies to get back with it. Because this just doesn't get to attack as often as you'd like it to. And if it is attacking, you're probably winning a lot anyway. Aang can just win you games out of nowhere. Or at least stabilize your board out of nowhere. There's no red again in this pack, so the Wartime Protester dream might be over, unfortunately. Guitar is a really good blue card. Glider Kids would be a nice wheel. I guarantee it'll quench it will wheel. These two are obviously playable red cards, but they're still not the red we want to see. So goodbye to the dream, I guess. We'll also want to start taking some mana fixing as soon as we can. As soon as we start seeing it. If we start seeing it. True Ancestry is really good, though. But we're not, like, necessarily going to be green, right? Like, we're definitely going to splash the Aang. That doesn't mean that we want to splash the Ancestry. And Master Piandao is just a great top-end creature in this deck. Because everything is an ally so far, right? Is there anything that we have that isn't an ally? No, literally everything is an ally. Yeah, we'll just stick with the colors we're in for now. I would really like to splash that, but it's a little bit of a risk. So here's the thing about Shared Roots, right? Shared Roots is technically mana fixing. This format is kind of aggressive, and I don't really love that being like our turn 2 play ever. And we're not really a green deck either. I feel like the way we get Aang down, the way we splash him, is by playing tap lands and drawing a bunch of cards. And so far, our deck is capable of drawing a bunch of cards, which is why I think we're going to take Airbending Lesson here. Even though Airbending Lesson also almost always wheels, I just don't really want to bank on that. Lost Days is absurdly good in this format. You bounce something that gets bounced. If it's a token, you can hit Ran and Shaws with this, which feels really good sometimes. And you get a clue, which helps you waterbend, which is super relevant a lot of the time. Meteor Sword is okay, but this isn't really a Meteor Sword deck. Another airbending, like, how many airbending lessons is too many airbending lessons? It doesn't really matter because there's nothing else that I would take in this pack anyway. But we definitely don't want 4 yet. Kyoshi Warriors is really good, though. This isn't an Otter Penguin deck yet either. I mean, maybe it kind of is. Like, we do have a fair bit of card draw. But it's not necessarily all card draw on our turn. Well, a lot of choices. These are actually all, like, good choices. Octopus Form, we have one of already. I'm probably not going to play 2. Waterbending Lesson is good. But we already have quite a bit of card draw. What is our creature count at? 9? Yeah. Like, I would like the land too, but I really like Water Tribe Captain. It's sort of, I've like warmed up to it a lot over drafting with it. I want to take Boomy out for now too. It'll quench your seat. Promised it would wheel. Nothing that I really care about here. Honest Work probably doesn't make the cut. It almost never does. Azula always lies, and an island. Give me a bomb. Give me something good. Or another Zuko Conflicted. That's 2 drafts in a row that we open Zuko Conflicted. And Firelord Zuko is... it's a good card. I kind of like this card. Especially with like a lot of the synergy you have with red and white playing things from exile anyway. But it obviously does nothing for us here. Iguana Parrot, I feel like is actually good in this deck, pretty good in this deck. Another Kyoshi Warriors would be nice. Boomerang Basics is just a really good card in general. I don't know that we have like a bunch of amazing targets for it, but we can make it work. Watery Grasp is good removal. Avatar Enthusiast is a decent body in this particular deck. High Bay is not that great in this deck. It's a great card in general. I really like this card in like sacrifice decks or decks where you have a bunch of fodder for it, but this is not one of those decks right now. We don't have much actual removal. We have a bunch of like slow our opponent down removal, but we don't have that much actual removal. So we'll probably take the Watery Grasp, and honestly, I think the Enthusiast will wheel anyway. So I like the reinforcements. Geyser Leaper is good too. We already have 2 5-drops and potentially a 6-drop. I don't know if we want to play Appa. I don't know if we really need flyers, but Invasion Reinforcements is really good. We have a lot of ways to sort of recur it if we need to. Invasion Reinforcements is really good. We have a bunch of ways to recur it if we need to. But do we have any payoffs for it? I guess Water Tribe Captain and Wandering Musicians are payoffs for it, which might make it as good as Kyoshi Warriors here. Obviously, Kyoshi Warriors is better the longer the games go. It's like a better top deck when you're in top deck mode. We could also just take Messenger Hawk here, which I actually don't hate either. Maybe we just take Messenger Hawk, actually. It helps us waterbend a little bit. It draws us cards, and it fills out our curve a little bit better. We really don't have many creatures on 3 right now. This helps with our waterbending, and oh, did not mean to do that. How much should we care about waterbending in this deck? Watery Grasp, Katara. Do we have the... We don't have it yet. Okay, so we're probably never going to see it. One that lets you get 3 for 5. A creature with 3 power or less for 5. Waterbend. So our waterbending is not like off the charts right now. So I think that makes Messenger Hawk a little bit... All right, okay, cool. We could just be a reinforcement deck, I guess. None of our choices matter. I still don't think we've actually seen any green tap land, unfortunately. That's not the right land either. Abandoned Attachments is fine. I don't know if this is the kind of deck that cares about it, though. But everything else here is not something we would play. I don't think we're going to play Abandoned Attachments either, but we will take it because it's the best card for us here, I think. Okay, well, that's amazing. Air Nomad Legacy is really good. If we had flyers. Hold on, do we have flyers? 1, 2, 3, 4, sort of. And then this makes something else fly. Ooh, it does make a clue, though. Is this enough flyers to play our Nomad Legacy? My gut says no. But Water Tribe Captain would definitely make the cut. Geyser Leaper, maybe not. It might if we don't play Aang. I don't know. This is tough. Because I don't think we'll have many flyers wheeling either. Like, there weren't many flyers that... That feels bad, but I think it's the right choice. This is mana fixing for us, so that's good. I don't need another airbending lesson. Kyoshi Warriors is really good, though. I mean, honestly, all of these cards could fit in the deck. Like, Otter Penguin is a honestly decent enough win condition here. Because we will probably be drawing cards a lot, most turns. If things work out for us. I think Kyoshi Warriors just rounds out the card a little bit better and is a more powerful card. Geyser Leaper over the fish, I think is right. This gives us another water bending outlet with our large number of tokens and bodies. And yeah, this deck looks decent. The question is, do we play the Yang? Yang is so good. Is it worth it? Is this worth it? Like, I think with the amount of draw we have, it's probably worth it. I don't think Appa's worth it. I don't think we play 2 Octopus Forms. I don't think we need Yip Yip. What's our creature count at? 15. Crashing Wave, I'm iffy on. It'll quench you, I'm iffy on in this particular deck. The thing is, we have enough lessons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to make sure that First Time Flyer is on most 7. Sorry, I missed the last days. Is online most of the time. Wandering Musicians fits surprisingly well in this deck. Like, there's a lot of wide play that we're doing here. We're gonna have like a very wide board, like lots of creatures. I just don't think we'll have like many turns where we want to have open mana for it'll quench you. We could lose a creature and be fine. Geyser Leaper is decent at the top, but I don't necessarily think we need it to win. I think like we're just going to flood the board and hope that's good enough. Do we cut a land? With the amount that we're drawing, I feel like it's probably fine. Go down to 16. I don't know what else I would cut. Like, I guess we could cut Water Tribe Captain. Maybe. And then just 13. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe this is fine. I feel like this is a really good Crashing Wave deck, though. Like, we're going to have so many bodies that can just, like, blow out a game if you pump everything, right? I don't know. I think we'll try this. We'll see how this works. Go with it. Wait a while for the queue. This is another reason why I don't love Quick Draft. It just, the queue times can be so long. All right. Give me a good hand to start. This is fine. Not perfect, but fine. Obviously, we want a blue source. This honestly could have probably been like even a mono white deck if we had have found like some White Lotuses. I think mono white is probably something you can pretty reliably do in quick drafts right now. If you open or like get past a White Lotus, which basically just, what is it? It's 5 mana, makes a 1/1 for every planes you have. Like that card can really, really win you games. If you are mono white, of course. Okay, so let me just get the flyer out first. It's technically less damage, but I think it's more likely to get through. And maybe we get them. They'll probably draw a card and make this not ideal, but, you know, Water Grasp. Okay, that's cool. That works. I will take it. And they have a penguin, so we just pumped up that penguin a bit, but I think the correct play is just drop Kyoshi Warriors and then, well, Maybe the musicians is actually better to start with, to lead with. Because then this can just start beating in next turn, and then we play the Kyoshi Warriors and have Boomerang Basics up. Yeah, that seems better, I think. Because then we'll just beat in for 5 next turn, probably, and drop the Warriors. And quite frankly, if they remove this, it's not the end of the world. We can also Boomerang Basics our Flyer if we want to. Oh, it's too bad that we couldn't pop that on the Flyer, but whatever. You still have a pretty good board. Alright. They really want they don't like music. Our opponents hate music. And then next turn we can get a pretty good attack in if they don't kill the musicians again. Leave the musicians alone. They've drawn cards basically every turn though. Like that's pretty crazy. Not every turn, but like you know what I mean. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, we're going to lose. The game is over. Our opponent's deck is insane. This is a 4/5. Whenever you cast your second spell, Airbend. Oh, this is Airbend. I guess the blue one is the one that makes an extra creature, extra body. Give me some cards. Let me draw. Oh, you actually did. I mean, obviously, I take more damage because of the penguin, but, like, come on. You should probably never do that. Sure. I mean, I guess if they're planning on playing this, then that's... If they're planning on having a bunch of stuff to play, then that's pretty good, actually. I'm gonna have 7 land. Yeah. So you always play Aang pre-combat. Well, actually, in this particular case, I don't think it matters because they can't kill Yandao. If we attack with the Warriors, it doesn't do much for us. But there's also no reason not to attack with them, given us playing Aang here. That was actually really good because I guess our Aang probably would have whiffed. So, like, the question here is, like, do we Razor Rings the Teo? Probably not, right? Because then we take... Well... Because then we have Lost Days as well, so, like... These aren't... Well, we could take 6 next turn, go to 5. We have Airbending Lesson in hand. Yeah, I don't want things to get bigger. Can they do something? Do they have land? Just a bit short of being able to use that. Okay, whatever. So obviously if they can start airbending with this, that's unfortunate, but there's not much we can do about it. Oh. You want to get rid of the Aang, I guess? You don't have, like, a good attack here. One, two, three, four. I don't have lethal or anything. My opponent has 3 cards in hand. They can draw something else. And they have 2 penguins on board. I think we just pitch the Aang. As much as that sucks. Or actually, hold on. We have this. We have 7 mana. If we hit a land, then we could swing in with everything and not win. Too bad. I just don't see anything else that I can really do here. So we can Lost Days the Avatar. They get to redraw it on our turn. Which is super awkward, unfortunately. Because and then they can recast it on the same turn. But that would remove one of our cards, and I don't really care about what our cards are right now, I don't think. A whole lot. I think maybe we just do that. Because they don't have enough mana to do everything, right? We play a Zhong here, then we get an extra hit in. And squeeze in some extra damage. I mean, if they have +2/+2, if they have an octopus form, if they have a Yip, they win. If they just play out the legend again, I'm not too worried. Katara, okay, sure. Now you don't have the mana? Okay. So 1, 2. I have 3 in the air. There's no way to make this work, right? But here's the thing, they don't actually get to draw a card next turn if Katara dies. Or if they lose Katara. I just need to get rid of Katara. But there's not really any way for me to do that. Because they play Katara, I airbend it, doesn't go away. 3. So we can hit them for 4 for sure. And this doesn't quite work. Is there anything in my deck that can kill the Katara? Yes, there actually is. Team Avatar would do it. So we should pop that first. That's too bad. GG. All right, well. We lose. We lose. What can you do? We had to top deck Team Avatar there, basically. That was our only out. Instead, we got a Plains. I do like this deck, though. I feel like this deck is good. We just lost to the Auto Penguins, which is kind of awkward, but, you know. There's probably something we could have done to win. I don't know what it was, but our opponent's deck was really good. I'm just thinking, look, is there anything that we could have done to make that game go differently? Why not, really? I think that's like popping up to me. There weren't like any real like weird or controversial decisions we made, so. Just that musician, man. They've just let if the musician hadn't have got removed over and over and over and over again, we would have got that 2 damage and easy. Maybe there was like an attack somewhere that we just didn't make. Yep, we have all of our colors now. I like it. I like it when that happens. 2. June is unfortunate. One of the few things that's not one of the few things, but in those colors, there's a lot of like X1s in black and white, so. We could boomerang our reinforcements and get an extra card off of that. Trabucket. Got a Trabucket. Interesting. So we could just play out Team Avatar, really. I think that's just a good play. Like, it's a bit of a race, but I think we're winning it. Like, with another invasion reinforcements in hand, we are, like, in a really good spot to just beat them down. Got a yip yip. So, like, because we have another reinforcements in hand, I'm not too concerned about. It's a little unfortunate, but. I'd like to hold up the Razor Rings here, so we could just pump in an extra 2 damage, but we're not in a hurry. Like, hopefully next turn we just hit the land and ang them, but and the thing is, the problem with the peddlers is like the trebuchet and the peddlers is a really good combo, or the trebucket as I like to call it, because it's obviously how you should pronounce it. Why? What? Did you not do that? All right. I mean, I'm cool with that. We need a hit. Nice. Ooh, interesting. So, like, Katara is objectively better, I think. Actually, it is in this situation, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, we don't have enough for it. Oh, no. Oh, well. But then we can just go wide next turn, I think, and win. Let me just take Katara. Katara seems safer. Yeah. It's too bad, but it works well with the Messenger Hawk as well, because we can just start drawing every turn. Alright, GG. They did not have the Wrath, I guess. The Wrath would have been not so hot for us, but, you know. That's really the only out they could have potentially had, I think. I still think the Trebuchet is really good, and the bots do not appreciate how good the Trebuchet is. But the problem is that the bots also really aggressively seem to like draft removal from black, so you wind up not being able to have like a particularly great black deck. We'll play the Rumble Arena first, scry, hopefully hit a Plains or something. We specifically don't want another island. Like, risky to some degree, because obviously we could... Okay, well, that's slightly awkward, but at least we have our forest. And ideally we hit a Plains. Like, we can cast most of our stuff at this point, but it's very awkward. Okay, sure. We'll take 2. I think we just play out the Deserters and pump the Hawk. And then next turn we can Airbending Lesson if they get something bigger, and like Zhong's Deserters blocks the Freedom Fighters. I don't necessarily need to go deep with Team Avatar right now. It wouldn't be any more damage than doing this. And it wouldn't give us a blocker. Come on, Plains. Plains off the top gives us Piandao this turn, which would be really nice. I mean, we're obviously trading. Easy. If you have a trick here and that's what you want to do with your trick, you know, I'm cool with that. I'm totally okay with that. Yeah, that's interesting. It's still super awkward that we don't have a Plains, but you know. I mean, we could obviously Airbending Lesson and save it, which I actually kind of want to do right now. Specifically because we wanted to hit a Plains. Okay, that worked out. Team Avatar is kind of like a dead card in our hand right now. But our opponent hasn't done much, so it's not super scary. They haven't played much removal yet either, other than the Razor Ring, so I don't know how safe Piandao is if we just play with Piandao. That's annoying. If we hit another Plains, we can actually deal with that immediately with the Team Avatar. I'd be asking for too much, though, wouldn't it? So Piandao is like the aggressive play here. Messenger Hawk and like Water Tribe Captain is probably the safe play. Like, do they have removal? They probably have removal. And then if we happen to hit another plane someday, we can Invasion Reinforcement and Team Avatar the Enthusiasts at the same time. Assuming it hasn't gone too big by then. But if I don't find removal for... Okay, so that's... makes me happier about what we chose to do. Okay, well... at least it's not an ally. We really need some land, though. Kyoshi Warriors is actually not bad here. Like, if we hit the land, God, we're in such a better position if we have land. And now they can start glider staffing, like, their Yuyan archers or something, which is really unfortunate. I think maybe we just play with the captain and then drop the reinforcements. Well, then, if we actually hit our land... You know what? I think Piandao is objectively, like, the right choice here. I think this card is really strong on this board. And their last card isn't going to be removal, right? Their last card cannot be removed. The last two cards can't be removed. That's what we're playing to. If it works out, fantastic. If it doesn't, War Balloon is not removable. So that's... it's not good for us. It's still really bad for us, but... it's not removal. So they will be swinging for lethal this turn. So I'm going to get hit for 4 at a bare minimum. Because I haven't drawn a planes, we cannot do 3 things. We can't play out the Kyoshi Warriors because we need another planes. We're going to go 1 and 2 with this deck. Damn. Okay. This is like, I don't have a way to deal with this, unfortunately. And we can't really attack either. Well, we actually can. Do I have to attack? Like, what can I draw that actually helps me here? I guess Aang would really help me here. And then next turn, if they swing in with everything, including the balloon. If they draw removal in general, we lose. If they swing in with the balloon... and they remove 2. If they draw removal, we lose. I'm just so far behind that I think I need to do this. And if they draw removal, they draw removal, you know? Okay. There is something interesting that they could do here. Where if they... and obviously they don't know this necessarily, but... and we could just lose if they do this, but like, if they put the glider on the enthusiast, we just lose. Unfortunately. There's nothing I can do to win that. I think they're going to try to maximize their damage. Again, if they have removal, we just lose anyway, so. Okay, well, I think we just lose anyway. That's a super sick top deck. I don't think there's anything I can hit here that saves me. I mean, I need a flyer specifically. Actually, you know what? If we hit a flyer, we can survive. If we don't hit a flyer, we're dead. Give me... That doesn't work, unfortunately. Sometimes your opponent's decks just do nutty things, you know? Like, I felt like that was a good hand. I felt like this is a good deck, and sometimes they just have a bazillion damage in the sky, and you can't hit your own flyers for whatever reason. It's too bad. Too bad. I think this deck deserves more than 1 and 3, so hopefully we can get more than 1 and 3 with it. This is where like Quick Draft really starts to show you the negative EV that you have when you play it, because when you go 7-0, you net positive 200 gems, and when you lose, you basically just wipe out gems, right? And no matter how good you are, you're not going to go 7-0 all the time. I think maybe the problem with this deck is just that it's too dinky. Like, there just aren't enough big cards in it right now. It's not doing enough aggressively. Like, you can go wide, but what does that really do for us? Not a whole lot, right? Especially if they just keep throwing removal at your musicians. God damn it. I'm going to have, like... We have 2 5-drops in hand, but I'd rather start getting aggressive and keep my bodies in the hand, just and hope to draw the land, I guess. We don't know what their deck is doing. We don't know if they're going to be aggressive. We don't know if we need to be aggressive. Our deck wants to be aggressive, and right now we have the chance to like pump up our Compassionate Healer next turn, and if we miss our land, we'll still have plays. Goddamn Trebuchet! You know what? It's actually not even that good here. Alright. I mean, I'm not attacking because I have a trick. I'm attacking to get the scry. So now we can hold up Airbending Lesson, and we have our Invasion Reinforcements. Which feels nice. The Trebuchet is good, but it's not going to win you games by itself, fortunately. Yeah, so you can take the Pandao or the Berserkers, that's fine. They're going to take Pandao, obviously. We want them to know they can't attack us this turn. That's what we want. Or they can if they want to get 2 damage, and I guess that's fine. Can we attack like this, right? Doesn't really matter. I don't know. So tough. We have 3 cards. I kind of like keeping this on top, honestly. It just gives us a lot of opportunities to have answers to whatever they want to do. Like, there's no reason not to block here. You know what I have. We're going to hold on to Zhang's Deserters. They know we have the airbending lesson, so they'll do something about that, I guess. I don't know. But whatever, if they play anything big out, we're just going to bounce it. If they try to use their mana efficiently, we're just going to bounce it. I like our hand, like, where it is right now, but... Okay, that's awkward, but, like, sure. We could just hold the land here, I guess. Because obviously we know we're going to discard a card. I would rather discard the land and hope to draw a 5th one later on. We're going to pump up the token because we want to go as wide as possible right now. That's a good one. I actually care less. Well, yeah, so we'll get rid of the planes. I will be able to immediately use the Katara here, if I so choose, which I probably will. That seems better than getting in for 3 damage or 2 damage, depending on how they choose to block. It becomes even better if they actually have like a play here. Less so if that plays like a peddler. Actually, I don't even care about the peddler. We have multiple ways to deal with it. That I don't really care about either. They probably just get rid of the 2/2. Like, nothing else here is really a good target for Submersible. But that is awkward because now I can't play the Katara and use her on the same turn. Which I would be able to do if I had the extra mana. It is, like, awkward because if they have removal now, it's not so hot for us. We can just attack all first, I guess. Because they can't really pop the Submersible right now. 1, 2, 3. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Katara 6, yeah. Too bad. That could have been a real, like, that really helped them. That was really good for them. And we just hope and pray that they don't have removal. They're a black-blue deck that hasn't played any removal yet, so, like, the odds of that happening are really low. But if Katara sticks, we're going to be in a good place. Okay, so that is not removal. Deadly Precision is removal, though. If your last card is Deadly Precision, that's pretty good. I think their last card might be Deadly Precision. God damn it, their last card is Deadly Precision! Come on! Come on! That's so stupid! Why do I lose these games like this? They had, like, the perfect series of cards to just ruin everything I wanted to do. We get Airbending Lesson here. Get rid of the Leaper. If we had a land, then we can play out the Compassionate Healer. Get in again for 2. And hopefully they just hit land, because I need them to draw something that isn't good for once. That's not land. So we are going to lose very quickly. And there's really nothing I can do about it. I mean, that's a good one, honestly. We can boomerang basic, get Zhang, pop Zhang back, get an extra card. And that's a good card if we can find the land for it. Play Zhang, put the token on the Compassionate Healer, start swinging. He'll just block with a trebuchet, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually perfect. And we just hope that for one turn, we just need them to not draw anything for 1 turn. The Warden is also going to kill me slowly over time. So we definitely want to get rid of the Warden. We can only kill one thing here, I guess. What could they have? If they have, like, Octopus form, actually. That would ruin us. If they have... it wouldn't ruin us, but it would suck. Let's just see if they have a... Like, if they have Octopus form, obviously we want to block with 3. And then if they try to blow me out here... Come on, are you kidding me? Is it Octopus form? Is that what you have? Are you not joking right now? That's what you top deck? Seriously? Oh, okay. Well, that's just as good. God. He can only draw... And watch, he probably top decked something that blows me out here too. Did you actually top deck something that blows me out here? Did you actually do that? Really? Is this real life? Is this real? Are you kidding me? Did you do it? No, you're just ordering damage. Okay. We're still completely screwed right now. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. It'll kind of entirely depend on what we get off Aang. I'm going to attack first. This is a creature, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate. We would have really liked that, but... So if they top decked, like, a counter spell here, we obviously just lose. I mean, we don't. Yeah, no, we just lose if they have a counterspell, which would be comedic, honestly. That's actually the best case scenario for our draw, I think. So there's a world where we jump here. I just don't think that's right. We just have to do that. I think this is right. If they have a trick, then we're just... I just quit, I think, because they've just top-decked so well this game. They've just top-decked too well. Azula Always Lies would be like a massive... Are you fucking kidding me, my guy? Are you fucking kidding me? Can you, for like a turn, just one turn, not draw something absurd? Like just one turn where you don't draw well. That would be great. I just go bland, man. There's no single black card that like really does anything to me here. They have no attackers. We get to scry. It's better than a lot of things I could keep. Like, it is lethal next turn. Wait, if it attacks, it's lethal. If they have a creature here, that would suck for me. I don't think they have a creature. At least, not in their hand. Like, if they top deck a creature, they top deck a creature. I can't do anything about that. It probably won't have haste if they do have a creature. We're at 7, so I'm not worried about just dying. Only we had one more mana. Alright, let's see. Do you have anything in your hand? Do you have a trick? You got something to mess with me? Do you have a like an unagi or something? I mean, it's annoying, but like the next turn they'll play out their Geyser Leaper. Yoshi Warriors lets us swing in for not that much. I think Musicians is just better. But if we top deck like Water Tribe Captain, then it doesn't matter because we don't have enough mana, right? 6, 7, 7. Yeah, even if we top deck Water Tribe Captain, it wouldn't matter. We basically want to hit removal and then we win, right? Yeah, it's awkward, but it's fine. So if they play that out, we can just attack with everything, and they basically have to, yeah. I don't think they were actually dead, though. Because they could have chumped, they could have chumped, traded, and taken 3. Yeah, they weren't dead. They were in a bad spot, but they weren't dead. So we're somehow 2-2 with this deck, despite the fact that I think it's really good. All right, are we going to go even remotely positive with this deck? I guess we'll find out. I still feel like this deck is a lot more capable than it has sort of shown us so far. Had 2 unfortunate games where our opponent's decks kind of just outclassed what we're doing. The unfortunate reality with Avatar sometimes is that your ability to open and play bombs is kind of a big deal sometimes. And our deck doesn't really have any of those. We just kind of have like consistent creatures and like decent value. We don't have anything big that we're going to use to blow out our opponents. We don't have anything amazing that's going to win us the game. Like Aang is pretty good, Aang at the Crossroads, but he just gives you like moderate card advantage. He doesn't do, oh gosh, turn, if we haven't hit anything by all right, you know what? We're 2-2. We're just going to roll the dice and see what happens, I guess. It's a bad keep though, and we're going to get really badly punished if we don't top deck a land here. We have 2 50-50 shots. I think. Well, not quite 50-50, but almost 50-50. Cool. Yeah. Another one. All right. Well, we got there sort of. Not in the way I would like to, so this has to die, so we can airbend it to draw a card and hopefully hit an island. Or we can just take 2. I think we'll just take 2. And then hopefully air up. Okay, well, in that case, goodbye. Alright, that's not an island. That's also not an island. Are you going to remove my healer? Probably not, right? I would hope not. Obviously, we can't block that. I'm not going to Razor Ring either. Okay, sure. Alright, there we go. That's what we needed to see, sort of. We can just airbend it. Get in for 2, scry. That doesn't seem that bad. The problem is then next turn they'll just replay everything. Which does kind of suck. You'd play this out, they'll swing in for a bunch of damage next turn, which is actually kind of fine, because we can just Razor Rings it. The question is just like, do I want to airbend this now and beat in and gain life? I think so, right? And if we hit another land, we can do Messenger Hawk. I don't know. I don't know what's right here. That's actually pretty good. So now we can do this. Make our healer a bit bigger, I guess. And now. Yeah, I mean, we want the body, I think. Makes them have to have removal. But I think we're still going to play our Messenger Hawk here. And hold up the Razor Rings. Are they going to Deadly Precision me? Are they going to Barrel of Jelly me? Oh, they're going to do that. Okay, sure. Like, we could just Lost Days it. Get in for 4. We could play out the Messenger Hawk. Kill it. Yeah, I kind of like that, I think. I think we'll just swing in. Or alternatively, we can play out the Master Piandao here. And then if they decide to murder this and blow up my Piandao and spend their turn doing that, we could potentially wind up in a better position. I like that, honestly. Because what they're kind of incentivized to do here is use the jelly on Piandao and probably swing in with the Inspector. Alternatively, of course, they could play out their dude, which I've honestly very rarely seen anybody use effectively. I mean, they could also keep the Blasting Jelly open like this, and that's pretty good too. I don't mind taking 6 damage here, really. Going to 10 is kind of scary, especially if they play like a Cat Gator next turn. It would actually be like game losing for us if they play Cat Gator out, which, let's be real, they're currently mono blue, so they're probably on Cat Gator. I'm surprised that they are going to let me attack with Piandao, to be honest, but I think we drop Boomerang Basic here. It's a good card, but it doesn't do anything for me right now. Yeah. So we will be able to Lost Days something. We can rate potentially. The problem here is that I can't Razor Rings and Lost Days in the same turn, unfortunately. So I think we just attack with Piandao. See what it gets us. I think this all we're going to lose if they have a Cat Gator basically anyways. I think the Musicians does a little bit more for me right now. We have 60. This is really awkward because we have 6 mana, right? I guess we could just play the Messenger Hawks and hold up Razor Rings and then chump block the Beetle and Razor Ring the Admiral. I think that gives us the best chance of doing something here. Like, obviously, again, if they have the Cat Gator, we pretty much are going to die. Oh, what? What? They're 2 colors? This is a surprise I was not ready to see. So we're going to do this before we make any blocks just to see what they do. Sure. And then we keep the Compassionate Healer back, basically. And then next turns we can, if we draw land, we can Lost Days the Merchant, the Beetle, and they'll just have a 1/1 Menace. It doesn't seem that bad. Peddler's annoying, but see, this is just so awkward because, like, I guess now we can Airbending lessen the Merchants. I think I'm fine attacking here. If they want to trade with the Peddlers, I'm fine with that. Getting the extra life is kind of nice. Honestly, how are we going to use our mana then? We have 6. We're going to Airbending lessen the Merchants. We're going to take 3, go down to 5. And then next turn we'll still want to use the Lost Days. So yeah, I don't really think the Kyoshi Warriors does a whole lot for me right now. I mean, it does give me a chump blocker actually for the Beetle, which is kind of nice. So we'll see if they do any sacking here. It'll be interesting what they do. Again, we're just dead to a cat gator, so not playing around it. So we could wind up taking 4 here, I guess. If they pop their thing. Okay, no. Do we lost days or do we airbending lesson here? I think we lost days, right? And again, if they have like avatar form, we're just dead anyway. It doesn't matter what we do. So if they spend 2 mana here, they can get me down to 4 instead. Yeah. I mean, we're probably just in such a bad spot right now because they have 6 mana and they'll have something to... Oh god, yeah, we're in a horrible spot. Okay. I just need land. Like, I just keep not... We keep losing to not drawing land, basically. This is my biggest nemesis in this format, is just not drawing land. It's how I've lost so many games with this deck. It's crazy. We play out the warriors here. Like, I can't attack with the healer because then I just die. But this can double jump, I guess, or take out the peddlers. Which... I mean, if they have removal... Again, if they have removal or a cat gator, we just lose, so... This way, hopefully kills the peddlers, and then hopefully next turn we can reversal and airbending lesson to take out the other 2 guys. Yeah, and if they have a 3rd creature, we're probably just dead. Okay, well, if they have a 4th creature, we're probably just dead. That's actually probably the single best top deck I could have had there. And again, if I had 1 more land, we could drop the Wandering Musicians and keep up Airbender's Reversal. But as it stands, we can't do that. So we'll just see what they do with their merchants. We'll probably like sack the Canyon Crawler to the merchants. And get in for 4. Or sorry, get in for 2. It also sucks that they keep drawing cards from this. And we'll just take 2 here. We could airbend it, but I don't think we want to. Because if we hit a land, then we can play out the Musicians and airbending lesson. Like, again, there's so many things that we're just dead to here. We just have to hope that our opponent doesn't have them. But given the amount of cards they've been drawing, I'm sure they will find them. This is when it dies, right? Yeah. Alright, come on. Keep me alive. Let's keep this going. Ah, okay, great, great top deck, my friend. Okay. I happen to have one of the only things that will actually block this attack. They're going top deck removal, and we're going to just lose that way, I'm sure. Okay, that's not removal, but it's a big deal. We'll get to pop a clue here. Pump everything up. It doesn't really matter. What's crazy is that our deck has lots of ways to draw us cards, but for whatever reason, our opponent's deck is the one that's actually drawing them cards. Like, they have 15 cards. Oh, we actually, I guess we've drawn a similar amount of cards, and I just haven't realized it. Anyways, we're dead. We're dead. There's no, I have no answer to my deck at this point. I'm out of things. Actually, that's not entirely true. We could drop Aang. Okay, now it's entirely true. Now we just... Yeah, alright, well, this deck went 2 and 3 somehow. Our opponents got action and we got land. Technically, our opponent actually had more land than us, I think, but we also just didn't... We never hit anything that was big in our board, unfortunately, and our opponent just constantly had threats that we couldn't deal with. It's whatever. This was a major disappointment of a quick draft. You know, sometimes you just go 2 and 3 because you play against better decks, people that actually opened bombs, people that have big cards in their deck and removal and things that are good, which we didn't have, unfortunately. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the next draft whenever it happens. It'll probably be back to Premiere or something that isn't quick draft, because I'm not a huge fan of quick draft, unfortunately. Guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.